He says, hopefully.
It should be fun.
Yeah, people are joining. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's okay.
All right. Okay. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Smudcast number 317. This is Mass Effect Andromeda versus Dragon Age Inquisition. Which is the better game?
Hopefully.
And this is going to be a fun video. This is a video by xLetalis. If you don't know xLetalis, I've known him for years. He does all sorts of video game stuff. I think that's his career. He is a YouTuber. It's what he does. He makes videos almost every day. And he loves the BioWare games. He loves talking about them. He loves let's playthroughs or clips thereof. He's the guy who did the comparison between Mass Effect Andromeda, the My Face is Tired scene, and the one with Ashley Williams that was showcased online. So that's where he sort of blew up. Well, he was already big, but he just blew up even more.
Yeah.
So this is his 10-minute video on comparing the two. It's fair. It's not perfect. It doesn't have to be. It's his own opinion. Everything's cool. I don't see anything wrong with it. So the reason why we're doing this one is we had two other well-voted on videos, which were about 35 minutes each. One of them was by some guy who doesn't like capitalism, and he was boring.
He doesn't like people giving money to conservative. Not anything that's not the far left. He doesn't want you to give money to.
Yeah, the topic was about the Five Nights at Freddy guy giving money to some political party. He didn't like that because he doesn't like the political party, apparently. I don't know. I don't care.
He doesn't like conservatives in general.
Yeah. So it's such a what a dumb thing to talk about. Who the hell he bought a Ferrari? Oh my God! This rich prick just bought a car. Yeah.
He had X.
So
he could afford a car.
What's your point?
Yeah.
I don't understand his arguments. I just don't want to talk about it.
I got 5 minutes into the video and I just thought it's just some guy who's a communist not liking that other parties outside the Communist Party get given donations.
Well, that's the idea, but he didn't even talk about that. The first 5 minutes, he talked about how Silent Hill was a bad series. I'm like, what the hell does this guy... And he loves survival horror games. I'm like, dude, just shut up. Just stop talking.
Yeah. I love survival horror games like Call of Duty Zombies.
I just... If you guys have ever played Silent Hill, the first 3 games, they're amazing. So
yeah, they're really good, yeah.
They came out 20 years ago. They're brilliant. I don't care what the guys like. This is not even worth my time. I don't care. The second video, which was the second most voted, or tied for the second most voted, was a Lindsay Ellis video, and she just wanted to change her feelings on the Little Mermaid movie. Not, and that's another 35-minute video. So I didn't care to listen to her crap, and I don't think I could find anyone who wanted to do the same with me. So.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, we're doing a fun video today. This is a video we can sit back and enjoy and talk about the things we like. And we can disagree. If you guys love parts of Andromeda or Inquisition, that's no problem. I like parts of Inquisition too. It's not a big deal.
I like the part where the end credits come up.
Oh.
And the part where I put the back into the case.
Oh, yeah. Launch it off a pier, yeah. Okay.
Spoiler, they both suck.
Yeah, so this is comparing the two titans of crap. Like, which is the biggest pile of crap? And
which is the smaller pile, technically?
Well, yes. And what are there any diamonds in that crap? Because that's really what we're talking about. What's good about these things? Because there are some.
I know.
I wouldn't call it diamonds. I would call it sprinkles. It looks nice. Diamonds have value.
Chocolate sprinkles.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So again, this is a quick video, 9 minutes. xLetalis, great YouTuber. Check him out. I should probably link in the description. I'm just too lazy to do that. So just xLetalis in YouTube. Find him. Subscribe to him. Great dude. He's a family man. He always wants you to be good. At the end of the video, be good, guys. Be good. Be the paragon. Even though it's fun to be the renegade. So I think that was his thing. He keeps signing off and be good, which is nice. I think everyone should teach everyone to be nice to each other. As much
not fun, though.
As much as we bash on people because they're dumb and ignorant and not intelligent, he is the nicer version of that. Anyway, let's talk about two games we probably don't like too much, but are fun to ramble on about. So, let's go.
Yeah.
Help in this video to compare Mass Effect Andromeda to Dragon Age Inquisition. Now, why am I doing this? Well, these are the two most recent BioWare RPGs, and before Mass Effect Andromeda, the most recent one, came out, many people theorized that it's going to be Dragon Age Inquisition in space. Now, is that true?
I think a lot of people saying it was Dragon Age with guns because the the big open worlds, the large quest lines. Yeah. So, but you have guns, so instead of swords. So
yeah, but the same argument could be said like, yeah, well, Mass Effect 1 had that, and Andromeda's trying to go back to that route.
Which is a great design because they say what worked in the beginning. Yeah. We're going to reboot this franchise. We're doing a soft reboot. We're going to another galaxy. Okay, let's do what worked. And arguably, I would say the level design, at least of the big open worlds, are fun because they got a brand new team and they hired some programmers directly from the guys who made Need for Speed. So they designed levels with the, what's it called, the Nomad, that made sense for navigating and going fast and jumping off ramps and having a fun time. But if you take away the Nomad, it's boring as hell. So
yeah.
Car good. Put a car in your game, you're going to have a fun time, I guess. I don't know. Maybe.
Cars are always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Especially when your car is like has controls of gravity.
A Ferrari.
Well, no. If you're launching a dune buggy on a planet or an asteroid where the gravity is not, Earth gravity, you're like launching yourself in the sky for a few seconds. That's cool.
That was only on that asteroid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Level.
But that
doesn't really make any sense.
That was cool. That was fun. Why you need a car in the first place is dumb, but if it's fun, do it. If it's a game and it's fun and there's a design for it.
It's fun.
Yeah, exactly.
There's heavy winds. They can't use the shuttle.
Oh yeah, there's always an argument. You can't use a flying thing that defies gravity, even though we've conquered gravity, guys. No. We can't use this Mass Effect powered engine that can go up and down and any levitation, any altitudes. Like no, you can't do that.
Even though literally in the very next scene, people are using shuttles to travel around the heavy wind. And you're like, right, so we can't use a shuttle, but every other person in this entire cluster can use a shuttle.
I don't know
cool,
why.
I'll just get back in my car.
Why didn't they give gamers...
It was a Ferrari shuttle.
Why didn't they give gamers the option to fly a shuttle like you saw in Mass Effect 3 with the weapons and dropping people off? Like, that would have been fun. That'd been cool.
Yeah.
Could you drop off a car? You're like, hey, here's a car. Dink. Then you could fly. Then you could drive around in that. Why not?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, why would you? If you could fly around the shuttle, why would you use the car? That's the thing. So you have to get rid of the shuttle.
Right. That was sort of the argument in the first game, where it's like, okay, Ilos needs a car because you can't fit a shuttle where you're going, and there's all these little nooks and crannies. It's like, all right, that could make some sense. But the Mako was like this APC, like it was designed for war. So it made sense to do that. This is just a car. Mass
Effect Andromeda, what I really hated, because, as I say, I've been going through your Andromeda analysis again. They really did not expect to fight anybody at all. They had no guns on any ship, or any vehicles, or anything whatsoever, and it's like, really? You've got no guns on anything, and it's like,
yeah, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny considering like how recent the First Contact War is. It's not like history, or it's not like very long ago. So it's like, wouldn't humans kind of consider, oh shit, maybe we're going to another alien space? Maybe we could avoid another First Contact War. Maybe we should have guns in case anything goes wrong. Or we break another galactic rule or some shit. But nah.
It's odd that they design a ship which is designed for exploration, which is like cool. That's fine. Can you put some defensive measures on it? Anything? Something?
Yeah.
I don't know why military designers would go, no, we don't need guns. We're fine.
We don't even need like proper shielding. The ship's just too fast to be hit.
Well,
no,
there is
no.
There is
nowhere is too fast to be hit.
In the lore, there is the lasers. Everyone has guardian lasers. Every single ship in the fleet.
The Tempest doesn't.
For some dumb reason, like this is basic lore.
Because if the Tempest had weapons, it would blow the windows out. The power of the weapons would destroy the windows and suck everyone into space.
Oh, that is
and
true.
I was like, and I was a bit like, hold on. If that's the case, if they get hit by one shot, what the fuck's going to happen to that ship?
What?
If the recoil from their own weaponry could destroy their ship, how the fuck are you meant to explore anything?
Yeah.
Like, space dust would kill everybody.
That was kind of the joke with the design of the ship. When you go into was it called the loft? What was it called when you walk into your bedroom and there's all glass?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's fancy. Why do we have that on an exploration ship? That's silly.
And then they said, oh, actually glass. It's just force fields, and it's like that's still stupid. This is still a stupid ship design.
Yeah, so there were many, many, many problems with Andromeda. The mission itself is insane. It is absolutely bonkers.
Also, I'm just going to say this, there's not enough people to colonize the cluster.
It would take a very long time.
They don't take enough people. There's 20,000 humans. Right, that's not enough to...
That's very small.
Oh, but there's 20,000 Solarians. Is there? Because pretty much half of them got taken by the cat. Oh, yeah. So they're going to be extinct soon.
And
nice.
Their reproductive cycles are a bit different. They don't live that long as well. So,
yeah, exactly.
Like 40, don't they?
At best, 40, yeah. So it's
pretty small.
It's strange. I mean,
there's just not enough. There's just not enough people, and especially with how many people Ryder shoots through. There's not enough people in that galaxy to populate anything. 20,000 is just. I know people are going to say, yeah, but there were people on the Nexus. It's like still not enough. If you want to colonize a whole planet to make a long-lasting, sustainable thing, you need at least a whole planet, 1 million people on a planet. Otherwise, no, you're not going to have anything. 20,000 is just you just get cut down so easily.
Which reminds me of the one choice you get to make in the game that I can only think of is whether you want to build a science base or a military base. And you're like, okay, interesting choice. And then you make it, and then you never hear about it again. It has no bearing on anything.
At all. And I think in your videos, you even say, well, why can't we do both?
We have lots. If you actually land on a planet, like before you make that choice, you go through a previously abandoned base. And it has all these buildings like just lying around, all this equipment, and you're like, okay, can we repopulate that? Can we use those? Can we refurbish that?
No. Because something.
See, I thought the game was about populating planets and making settlements, like you would in like Fallout game. Like, okay, we need some crops, we need some water. Here's a cot, done. Bare minimum. This one, it's like
it's the original story of stopping an enemy that is incomprehensible to you and is beyond your understanding.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Ket aren't just the soy versions of the Reapers.
Well, we'll get into that later on because there's so many wonderful things to talk about. Anyway, here's some super chats. We'll get back to the video. Here's Vladimir Dragunov. Hey, I wish I said this last stream, but the next time someone says you only hate Abby because she's a woman, counter with you're only defending Abby because she's a woman.
Yeah.
An odd woman to defend, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They feel good talking about women.
You only hate Abby because she's a woman, and you only like Abby because you think she's not a woman. So checkmate, faggots. No.
It's it's not a game for everyone. Everyone apparently loved the game.
To be honest with you,
online.
Abby is fine. Abby is perfectly fine. She's not as jacked as the Incredible Hulk.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we all have to accept. Sorry, I'm trying to keep a straight face with it, but I can't talk about that.
I watched the stream. I couldn't join in, but
it was a very ridiculous stream. It was just too ridiculous.
She's an average woman because she's not as big.
Oh no! She was slightly sexualized. It was this bizarre term because she's a female, she's sexualized. Like what? Are you kidding me? You ever seen ugly people before?
Cavernacle hates women, apparently.
He does. He really does. And I honestly, I listen. If he does turn out to be a bum bandit, I wouldn't be surprised. So there you go.
All right, here's Strawman. Mass Effect Andromeda or Dragon Age Inquisition? No, I rather not pick between two dumpster fires. I'll hate them both, but Mass Effect Andromeda had Blue Shrek. Okay, is that why?
Oh yeah, baby.
Is that for like comedic reasons, or you just like it better because it's in there? Like, because it made you laugh? I don't know.
Yeah.
Phoebe.
She was not enjoyable in any way, shape, or form.
I know how we complain about Sarah from Dragon Age, and then we're like, look at the cast of Andromeda. Like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's even worse. Dragon Age Inquisition makes you want to kill yourself. Mass Effect Andromeda makes you want to kill your entire family and then yourself.
Oh god. Okay, I guess I'll just go to Inquisition. It's like, oh my Jesus.
I'm just glad I've never played the game, and I never will. I just like so thankful.
I played both games. I played both games. All the way through, but only once.
Yeah.
Well, why would you do that to yourself? I'm confused.
Well, I got Andromeda as a gift. I say a gift. I think my brother.
It was punishment.
Yeah, those years ago. And Inquisition, I actually got because I saw Hawk in the trailer, and I wanted to see what they were going to do. With a returning playable character, because it's not happened before with Dragon Age, to see what happens to your playable character after their game. So I just wanted to see what would happen, and they ruined everything for me. So
we're
I'm off. I'm off BioWare games.
Well,
100% now. I won't touch them.
It's not as bad as what they did to Luke in The Last of Us, or rather, the Last Jedi.
I know that it was just a way that I understood, like with Hawk's character, the depression route they went with him. It was just the fact that it just felt that the way they like had to like nerf Hawk just so that the Inquisitor looked like he knew what he was doing. It was really annoying. It's like, no, show this guy. He's a hero who's been doing this for like 10 years. He knows how to fight. He knows how to do this stuff. Show him at his full potential. It's perfectly fine. You can have someone better at fighting than the Inquisitor. It's okay. You know, the Inquisitor doesn't have to be the best in the world at everything.
Yeah.
And it was a bit like, no, we just make him miserable, moaning, and I'll just use my stick against a big spider demon because I whack sticks at people now instead of shooting fire bombs. Well done, Hawk. Very cool.
Okay. Here's Great Scott. Even the SR2 had hatches to cover their windows. Oh, yeah, there's those stupid little buttons you press
It did, yeah.
for no reason.
That's what's funny. Everyone spent way too long pressing those buttons once they figured out what you could do.
Fair point.
Well, in the cockpit area, not just the cockpit zone, but the whole area of the SR2 is just all these screens, and I don't know what the hell they mean. And you look up, you're like, okay, what's that button? You press it, you're like, oh yeah, that's cool. Why even do that though? Why have a retractable shield? Why not just always have a shield? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Because you can also say like, well, Joker can use like screens to see what's happening outside, because he does do that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he can.
The SR2 doesn't have wing mirrors, so how does he see behind him? So
anyway, here's Vladimir Dragunov. If Abby did exactly everything she did, but as a dude, she would almost be universally condemned.
yes,
Yeah. She'd be called a hypocrite. She'd be called a
honestly,
sadist, psycho.
I would say the fans would condemn him, but the people who are defending Abby wouldn't even be around. They wouldn't care because it's a guy, so they wouldn't have anything to say.
Yeah, I think it's more of like you know the guys in The Last Jedi who say like subvert expectation kind of shit. I think you'll find more of these than like defenders of Abby.
yeah. To be honest with you, it got to the point where if Abby was a bloke, people would defend them just to be fucking contrarian, because that's what's happened with most reviewers. They wait for what people they believe as right wing say, and then we'll say the opposite.
Well,
Yeah.
what I like to do is have these people experiment, and you can really tell a lot about a person when they do a thing multiple times, whether it's exercise or baking or whatever. Watch The Last Jedi 20 times. And I want that person to say, what do you feel after the 19th time? Like, do you feel disgust? Do you feel excitement? Like, what do you feel? And if they say it's all positive, then there's some problems there. There's some serious issues of how they understand like drama and comedy and all these other things that would be positive. I could watch Clue. I could watch The Princess Bride the 21st time, and I probably have. And I don't have the same feelings. But everything works in the narrative. Every character, every line has a certain memorability to it. And it's something that I can always go, yep, that's a great scene because of the timing, the camera work, the fight scene. Like everything in those movies were entertaining in their own little way, in their own little scenarios. With Last Jedi, with these other games that are just depressing and boring and slow and nauseating at sometimes, you would get tired. I can't watch Puccini over and over and over again and still get depressed. I've seen it before. I know it's going to happen. He's going to get shot. It's like, all right. Oh, tragic. Like your brain will go, yes, I'm not excited anymore. And these people need to realize this concept of observation.
Yeah, it's like I really enjoy playing Dragon Age 2, even though I know all the flaws in the game, and I accept that it's it's not a flawless game. But even I have to I couldn't play it like 5 or 6 times in a row because the depressing nature of the game. I'm just like I need a bit of a break. Just a bit of a break every now and again.
The nature of the dialogue, as well as the playability or replayability of having different characters in your party at certain times. They made dialogue trees for that. They changed it, so you have a different experience, slightly different experience, at least from tertiary elements like characters chiming in.
Yeah.
So it makes things better. It makes things new. And
Yeah, but my thing is that with the main plot points and beats, it's a bit like no, there's still a bit where I've got to go. Yeah, I've got to give it a rest. Yeah,
Like even
I can't
Mass
keep
Effect
going
3 for
through
fuck's sake.
Hulk's mum dying.
Even Mass Effect 3, you could like one playthrough play like saving everyone, and then another playthrough genociding everybody.
I'm glad you said that because I didn't hear a single word you cut out.
Oh, great! All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I'm saying even Mass Effect 3, you could like one time play, Paragon saving everyone, and then another time you could just genocide everybody. So like Mass Effect 3, even Mass Effect 3, as shit as it is, has some replay value. But like, I don't know, like why would I can't imagine watching The Last Jedi 19 times. I'd probably be dead before that.
Yeah, because nothing changes at all. It's the exact same story.
Yeah.
The exact same thing. And if you say I still like it the 19th time, it's like
the point is that because your emotions will be diluted by then, or your reactions to emotions, or your thoughts that will generate emotions, will be they won't work. Your stimulus will not occur, and you'll just focus on the narrative. And that's what we've been doing. Whenever we talk about stories, we say, okay, regardless of my emotional reaction to Princess Bride, I can understand what's happening in the plot, and I can prove that there are plot holes because they don't make sense a lot of the time when Wesley can do all these number of things, but he intends to do other things as well. So it's not obvious, but once you point it out, it's like, oh yeah, why didn't Wesley just bring his pirates with him and just raid the castle and save the day? Why do you do everything himself? It doesn't make sense. So
yeah.
There's things like that pop up, but it's not necessary to enjoy the story, which is what we were talking about, enjoying art or storytelling in general. All right. 2 more, and then we'll keep going. Here is Strawman, and you can bang Blue Shrek. Okay, thank you.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Not.
Well, needs must, the devil may.
Not on the agenda. For my
You would know, wouldn't you?
Well, listen, as a straight male rider, what choices have you got? Vetra, Cora, and TB. Cool, great, wonderful.
Come on, Donkey, you like it.
Oh.
Alrighty, here is Lord Nightmare. Hello, Lord Nightmare. This should be a which is least bad. Boring story in both. Forgettable villains. Oh my god, we haven't talked about the villains yet. Needlessly big worlds. And most the characters are bland or annoying. Okay, yeah, I'll give you those. Those are examples I could point to with all those ideas you gave me. So yeah, no, that's true. You could definitely argue that.
It's probably gonna come up in the video anyway. So
yeah, some of it does. We'll expand upon it for xLetalis. That's okay. Let's keep going.
Yeah, we'll expand. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of similarities. Both games embraced the Frostbite engine, one of them to a lesser extent, as well as a new open world-ish approach with big zones or planets that you go around and explore.
Okay,
and side.
I got to rewind that. If you guys just look at the soldiers one more time. Okay, I can explain this, but just do it one more time.
One of them to a lesser extent,
like a glitch.
as well as a new open world-ish approach with big zones or planets that you go around and explore.
So that was 2 texture pop-ins, and what those are is the Z buffer is loading in the standard texture mesh, or texture map rather, and then the extra stuff on top of that. So whatever techniques, I think it was bump mapping. It could have been a few other shader techniques, but it's just like, this is their latest Frostbite, thing they're showing off. And arguably, it does look good. Inquisition does look like a good game. So they did a lot of effort making things. Visually, yes. If you could argue anything with Inquisition,
it looks average.
It looks good. The character creator looks good. The designs look good. They're not horrible. They're not ugly.
Well, we did me, Bears, and Cedar did I think we got 9 hours of stream about Inquisition. we were watching the cutscenes of everything, and everything just seemed plastic. And you could see going through it, like pop-ins, texture pop-ins, people stood in awkward positions, blank faces of just like they didn't even bother animating stuff. There's times that people, had arms in their heads and were just like stood on tables in cutscenes.
When our comparison is Dragon Age 2 and Andromeda, I would always choose Inquisition for looking better. So the architecture, the level design, they're big. You know,
the design of stuff is okay, but also the fact that, to be honest with you, it's such small details between the two. Really, it's like what was said in the super chat. Which one is the least worst?
Right.
Because what they did with Cassandra, how they made her ugly, is kind of annoying.
It's interesting because they do the same thing with everyone else, right? And you look at Varys or Varric. Varric looks fine. He looks relatively fine. Cassandra, she's got a few rough edges. I think Morrigan's got a few rough edges.
She looks They fucking made her look like what? She was gorgeous in the first game.
Well, yeah, but
the third game, I'm just like, who the fuck are you?
This is like 10 years later, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but 10 years doesn't mean she looks completely different. As in, like, face shape, nose shape, everything is just completely different.
Well, I'd have to look at the original model, but.
She has a very thin, pointy nose in Origins, while in Inquisition it looks like a hook nose almost.
I want to point out in the chat, someone says like everyone in the cryo in Andromeda took a drug to stop fertility, so no one can have kids until they get treatment from Nexus. I don't know if that.
Really?
Oh god.
Yeah, but wow.
That's even worse now.
Yeah, because if you do we have
couple
that
thousand
technology?
I don't know, dude. Like now you're a couple thousand and you can't have kids. Yeah,
this is we need to wait. We need to wait 5 years before we start having kids. So you're not replenishing your population for 5 years. So that means the next generation of kids will come 25 years after you've arrived.
That's if they didn't die out from
So the people to replace the first generation, there's going to be a 25-year age gap automatically.
Provided Ryder didn't kill them.
Yeah, and it's like, right, okay, and you've lost how many people already due to the care, not having food because everyone's waiting on Ryder to give them food. What about all the ice and water?
In other words, you done goofed.
The marketing campaign is separate from the actual game, guys. It's weird and crazy. Yeah. Anyway, here is Swedish chef. Hey, how's it going? Hot take: Andromeda is better because no Sarah. I see your Sarah and raise you a Liam.
Oh, and this guy is pushing a couch, and I don't care. Is literally what Smud said about that's the only thing you said about Liam's character.
I don't know. Liam is just, I don't know why. He's excess baggage. Like, why are you here?
Oh yeah, he's such a nothing character.
He's a professional.
Is he worse than Altair though?
Yeah.
I would say yes.
The only thing interesting about him was the fact that his family shot a car into space. That will take 2.3 million years to arrive where he is. And he goes, well, I won't see it, but someone else might have it. I'm like, man, that car's gone. That's gone to like a sun somewhere.
Actually, on second thought, Altair is a bit of an unfair comparison because at least Revelations retconned him to be a better character.
Altair does something.
Oh,
Liam just pushes a
stuff.
sofa and then gets naked with Jarl.
Well, the
some
thing
reason.
that I didn't understand was he was what was his job? It was like a policeman or something like that?
Yeah, he was an police officer.
Which is fine.
No,
but,
he was an emergency response.
Yeah, an emergency. Like, this is like, okay, that's not bad, but I want like a really good soldier or a really good field medic or a really good, not just some guy who responds to, like, can cure your cut or the Band-Aid.
Well, with the very first mission, when you're with Alec Ryder, who is a N7, you've got Scott or Sarah Ryder, who was part of the Alliance at some point. Then you've got Cora, who was training with Asari Huntresses. And then you've got Liam. Oh, I used to do emergency response in London. And you're like, man, you are just in the wrong company here.
Yeah.
This is like watching Predator, and one of the guys is a traffic warden. and he's just there throwing parking tickets at the Predator. That's it.
We could bitch and whine about Jacob being boring and weird and having a cold exterior.
At least Jacob's got the balls. At least Jacob's got the balls to knock another person up. At least he's got some sort of story outside of like Shepard.
He is an actual soldier.
Liam?
Like he was in the Alliance. He was in the not the Marines, the Merchant Marines. I don't know what you call that. The gun for hire, essentially. And then he got Cerberus, and then
was it the Corsairs?
Corsairs, yeah, something like that,
yeah. Where it was like a bit like they did stuff in the Terminus systems for the Alliance.
Yeah, he got his own game, his own story,
which was terrible.
Well, that's why he's such a garbage character.
Exactly.
Let's base the character off that other Jacob. It's like, no, don't do that.
No. This is what I've done.
But at least Jacob has got the memorable prize line, and also his loyalty mission is an actual interesting loyalty mission to play through with his dad.
Arguably one of the worst in comparison to the rest.
Well, I always found it interesting because it's a nice take on the Lord of the Flies sort of stuff.
Yeah. It had its moments.
I'm not saying but I'm saying it's a daddy issues one, but it's more of a like Jacob's like, let's just go have a look, see if it's anything. I'm not that bothered, and it's just a nice little it was different than the other ones.
Than everything.
I didn't think it was great. All I'm saying was it was just a bit different. And at least it wasn't like, oh, my daddy issues. It was more like, he might be alive, he might be dead, I don't care, but it's something.
All right.
And there was different endings to it though as well. Actual proper different endings.
This is true. You could kill the guy. You could let him.
There was
go.
a choice.
Yeah. They did give you options. It was a minor choice. Didn't affect much, but they did give you options. That's true. All right. Here's
also this gun's half charged. It's not for them, and it's like not a bad line. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Strawman, when you bang, she yells, "What are you doing in my swamp?" Okay.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Okay, what are you doing in my swamp? Oh, Shrek.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Oh, Shrek, I'm just banging around.
Oh God.
Oh,
Donkey.
Anyway, here's Todd Howard for the $9.99. Thank you. I actually pre-ordered Andromeda. I spent $120. I feel violated by Bioware. Now, 1 second. Wait. Did you buy the one without the game and just the car? Because if you did, you didn't get violated by Bioware. You didn't play the game.
The people who bought that, it clearly stated in advertisement does not include video games. And I'm like, guys, read what's on the stuff. You ain't getting the game. Don't buy. Well, I like the car. Did it come with batteries? Well, no. Man, you got played.
You got more than violated.
I think they did the same thing with the Legendary Edition as well. I can't remember what it was called, but it was a pre-order special edition, and it came with a special case or some bullshit, but without the game. And it said so. It does not come with the game. It's like $90 or some nonsense, right? Why would they make this crap that people would? I can't understand people wanting to buy that.
Yeah,
That's why I've never cared for like special editions and collector's editions that give you that kind of stuff. It's like, as long as I get my game, I'm good.
Yeah.
The thing is, I have only ever pre-ordered one game in my entire life, which was Mass Effect 3. I know, please don't hit me. And I regret. It was just the basic game. Wasn't anything special, and I regretted doing that straight away. As soon as I finished it, I was like, I am never pre-ordering a video game ever again.
I'm trying to remember whether I pre-ordered Super Mario Brothers 3 or not. I can't remember. A long time ago. I was a kid, so yeah.
The only game I ever pre-ordered was
what? But yeah, no, I just don't pre-order games, guys. Just don't do it.
The only game I pre-ordered was Batman Arkham Knight, and it wasn't worth it.
Mm-hmm. No, they never are. They never are. Every single game you just wait a little bit for like the people to do the walkthroughs, and then just like watch a bit of the walkthrough and then get the game. And you'll be like, oh, what about spoilers? Doesn't matter. If you watch the first 2 hours, you're not going to get much spoiled for you in video games nowadays.
Yeah, pretty much like a demo.
Shit the last 5 minutes to set up a sequel anyway, guys, so don't worry.
All right, one more super chat. We can get going. Here's Mike Testa. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Which is better? The answer is none. Now go home. Thank you, Michael. Okay.
If only it were that simple with us.
All right. Okay, now I want you also at this freeze frame. Look at the top right part of the video. There's this little sort of curled up thing on the top of that beam above the arch of the doorway. Just look at that.
Sides and there's a lot of combat and that sort of thing. Now, before I start, I want to say that I'll be comparing the games in the state that they were the last time I played them.
All right. So magically, this crazy banner thing was rolled up on the top of this, I don't know, architecture, and just fell.
Oh, yeah,
just fell. Everything just magically just fell. I don't know how. Someone had a string, maybe some invisible string. Some magician.
The guy forgot to release the string. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It was his first day on the job. Leave him alone.
He forgot the scissors.
Capital punishment.
It's this bizarre like shit that they're pulling off in these cutscenes. Like, what was that about? Like, how did that happen? Like, why did they do that?
Yeah.
Some crazy seamstress is like, we got to make the design for the Inquisition. What does it look like? I don't know. An eyeball? That's gross. Put a sword through it. Oh, that's too weird. Put some tentacles. Like, oh, that's perfect. Okay, do it.
Yeah.
And that is Inquisition. Soon after the release of the Trespasser DLC.
Another thing I want to mention here is no one stands like this. Kind of like he's about to lunge at Liliana there.
Mm-hmm.
He's like his arms are way too far behind. His chest is like sticking out way too much.
Yep.
I don't know. Have you seen Connor? Have you seen the way Connor stands in Assassin's Creed 3? It's kind of close.
But he's sort of loose. He's sort of relaxed.
I remember Assassin's Creed 3.
Yeah, I always think of that joke. You sound funny. No, it's just the way it hangs. Oh, sorry, I meant the way I'm standing. I will give one thing to the Trespasser DLC. It did get us out of those fucking stupid pajamas for Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yeah, you walk around.
It did at least give
everywhere.
us. Yeah, it did give us like a chance to wear better clothing in Skyhold. so it didn't look like you'd just woken up from an all-night bender wearing your grandma's clothing. So,
All right.
And for Mass Effect Andromeda, that is the release of patch 1.08. And also, I will not be talking about the facial animation controversy, because that was, I mean, I'm sure you've seen enough. So let's begin. Which has better combat? I suppose it depends. If you're looking for a more casual, action-oriented, fast-paced, flashy experience...
Casual, fast-paced doesn't quite make sense to me, but okay. I mean, every game's different. That's fine.
I know what he's trying to get at, like that. It's just, if you're just looking for normie combat, like you can just get into easily, and doesn't require much thinking.
I will say the facial animations, the whole like controversial facial animations, like Mass Effect, previous Mass Effects had that fucking issue, like the whole eyes just rolling sideways or rolling downwards, where they look like they're turning into zombies or being possessed.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you just look at the way Shepard smiles and tell me that's natural. You know, that's not a nightmare.
Oh.
If you look at the Legendary Edition,
Shepard is a psychopath.
It has all the bugs that the first 3 games had. So all they did, they just ported it over, updated some textures, updated some shaders, added a few new objects, added some lighting.
They turn the brightness up.
Yeah.
And then added more lens flare, and it was like, okay, thanks for that, by the way.
Yeah.
Here, take my $60 because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
There was a video I
So,
saw yesterday evening. They compared the original, the Legendary Edition, and one of the mods that came out 4 years ago. And the mods just added textures, better textures. And that was it. And it looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone has their own preference. Once you have all these versions comparing, you're like, okay, I like this one better. It's more granular. I like this one better. It has more defined features. Like the Legendary Edition has more detail. Yes.
Question. On Virmire, it's not raining, is it, on Virmire in the Legendary Edition?
I don't think so.
Because it's meant to be raining on Virmire, but the graphics couldn't do it in Mass Effect 1. So it just looks really hazy. Well, that's what the developers said about Virmire. So the fact that they've remastered it and it's still not raining makes me think that all that was like bullshit.
Well, they do have the... I'm not sure how they did the water effects for the waves, because you're running through all that water, but like it's obviously not dynamic. It's not like gravity and weight are affecting the water, so they can only do so many things. The rain effect could be simulated in an easier way, and to do that would take some time. You can't just throw in a weather effect and expect it to look good on every surface. So that would actually take some development time and some designer to figure out what's retexture all these buildings and the Mako and all these other things to include this effect. So that would take time, and they didn't do it. So
no. Well, I knew they wouldn't do it. I'm just saying that it's just kind of ironic that was something that was said back in 2007 and 8 after the game came out. They're saying like that's why Virmire looks so. It looks a bit odd. It feels like there should be a storm happening. They're like, yeah, that's because there is meant to be one, but the graphics couldn't really like portray it well.
Right.
So you can't see it on the game, even on PC. It's like really badly done. If we could, I remember him saying if we could redo it, you'd be able to see it. So the fact that they've redone it and nothing's changed makes me just say like, well, it's because you were lying about that first bit and you didn't sort it out. But because they've done rain in other Mass Effect games.
They're just lazy.
Oh yeah, Bioware is incredibly lazy. Like we said, they've used the same animations for their characters since 2007. They bought
Like
one
their
animation
innovation,
pack, and
their
that was it. That
innovation,
was them done for 20 years.
their innovation is like, oh, we're moving cameras from butts. It's like, oh, that's worse now. Fuck.
Yeah.
Bioware.
Bioware animation
What are you
is,
doing?
I'm angry, so I'm going to fold my arm. I'm shouting at you, so I'm going to point at you, and then point at you with my index finger twice, and then point at myself with my thumb. That's me shouting at you. I'm injured. I'm injured, so I'm going to hold my belly and limp slightly, no matter what the injury is.
I remember that with Tali, because there's a part of her loyalty mission where she points, and because there's different rigging, so her finger's not fully extended. It's kind of curled, so she's like curling her finger at you. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's the exact same animation. I'm like, for God's sake, Bioware, just use something different, anything.
Yeah.
I can remember that happening with like a Vorcha 2 and 3.
Oh yeah.
Well,
How come we can't genocide the Vorcha? What the fuck?
Why would you want to genocide the Vorcha? The Vorcha are great.
I don't know. I mean, we can genocide Quarians. We can technically genocide Krogan.
The Vorcha haven't evolved enough to.
They're basically trolls that are miniature with giant fangs.
Yeah. All they are is just really angry Markneers shouting at each other.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I think he made a joke.
I guess that's why they didn't get killed. They're too fun.
He made a joke that he can only say the lines for so long before he hurts his throat.
Yeah. No, you killed that.
Ah, he's always screaming like this. Okay, Mark.
No. I am guy you are working with. You're like, oh, that's... Okay.
Yeah, great character alien there. It's great design. Disposable,
right there.
killable alien that looks like crap. Like, okay, great. Anyway.
Yeah. It reminds me of, they always remind me, for some reason, of on Babylon 5 in, section 15 or something? Section 17 is missing, the monster in that one. Because it's just a big monster with teeth that's just stupid. And that's just what the Vorcha remind me of. Also, incidentally, that was voted the worst episode of Babylon 5 as well. So
you know what? I don't even remember that one. I know there's so many bad ones, but I don't remember.
I think not.
Mm-hmm.
I
think was it Garibaldi and Marcus. A maintenance worker gets killed by this creature, and they're like, "What the hell is this section?" And it turns out there's this whole area of Babylon 5 that is like its own little city, and no one knows about it on the entire station. And you're like, "What? How is that possible? You should know where everything's built on this place." And this is this monster with big teeth that terrorizes this part of this ship, but it's got loose now. It's like, cool.
Alrighty.
The first season of Babylon 5 it's okay, but it's got its stinkers.
There's a lot of episodic storytelling which aren't connected to anything, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And
for such a story-driven series.
Well, they were trying to appeal to Star Trek fans and doing their own thing as well. And then I think once they got the hang of it, they're like, "All right, this is what we're doing. We're focusing purely on story." And that's
which show?
Bab 5.
Which show? Babylon 5.
All right, I get the joke.
What joke?
Never mind.
All right. Anyway, let's continue.
I was so detached.
Definitely Andromeda is the one for you. But if you want to take things more seriously, play on higher difficulties, challenge yourself more, be more tactical and so on, then definitely Dragon Age Inquisition is the winner. And the problem here is primarily the companions. because the degree to which you can customize their power, as well as control them in general, is far lesser than what you have in Dragon Age Inquisition. In Inquisition, they're essentially player characters. You can assume direct control of them, no pun intended, fully customize their talents and abilities and equipment and just everything. One thing I can say is that it's definitely a disappointment that they took away the ability to at least tell our companions when and on what target to use their abilities. Now, what about the other aspects of the gameplay, like exploration, gathering?
So it sounds as if the focus is Ryder as a game experience, not the companions or your team as a thing to do.
You can't even equip guns
Really?
to your companions in Andromeda. No.
So,
whatever equipment they have, that's it.
So they have their own equipment they choose, and that you can't order them to detonate or start biotic effects or techniques.
You can position them. I'm trying to remember how it how you play. You can position them in places, but then it's like they just go off and do their own thing. But it's really annoying in regards to weaponry, because they all have like starting guns, and the guns never get better. So unless you've got the big powerful weapons, they have what gun they want, and that's it. You can't even say if you've got this amazing like me when I made my super laser Batman gun, or whatever my cousin called it, which could like shoot like 1,000,000 bullets in one go. If I found another gun that was really good, I couldn't use it because it was worse than the gun that I'd crafted. But I couldn't give it to anybody else to use. So I was a bit like, there's no point in the loot. You've already lost half the loot, part of the loot system already. There's no reason to like search for guns. Because once you craft a good enough gun, that's it. You don't even need to like improve anything, and then you just get guns and guns, and you can't even like sell them off or anything.
That's a large ass downgrade.
Yeah. So I will give him the points of like at least you can equip what your companions wear in Dragon Age Inquisition, and also what they use. You can even give them like back. It's pretty much the same system as what was used in Dragon Age Origins for Dragon Age Inquisition. So that is a positive.
All right.
Yeah.
Crafting. Well, in those terms, I think Andromeda has a slight edge, and that is primarily due to the fact that mounted exploration or just mounted movement is much better in Andromeda. In Dragon Age Inquisition, it looks weird for one.
Okay, he was talking about crafting, right? So I always laughed at Inquisition. You get like the best blacksmith, the best crafter, or whatever to make you stuff, and you find these recipes. Like, oh great, I can make the armor of the dead. That's perfect. I love that stuff from the first game, and you can't wear it because you're not a dwarf. Like it's like, well, yeah, I want to wear it because I'm a Canary, and I give you a design, and here are my body. Like, can't you figure? Like you're a master blacksmith. You can't.
Yeah, which is also annoying because you could wear that stuff in Origins as a human and an elf.
Yeah,
something a bit like.
I was like, why can't we do this? Oh, it's only designed for dwarves. It's like, and.
But it's not though. Why is it not designed for dwarves? Because in other games you could wear it.
So that was like kind of annoying to have the guy to do anything and he can't do anything, and you're like, what's the point? Thank you. You really got like limited to what you could craft and wear in Inquisition. It was like they gave you all these options, when in reality you had like 5 options. Right. It was very mysterious why they even bothered to. If like I want to make my mage have this great staff. No, you can only have these staves, and you can't combine them with anything. You can't break them down into make better staves. You have to go back and find like 15 more elf root and all this other crap.
15 elf root, some sylvan wood, and you're like, why? Then you craft that staff, and it gives you like +5 in fire. You're like, cool. I guess that did nothing at all then. All that stuff that I just crafted. I could just buy a better staff somewhere.
Bit of a letdown. Yeah.
It seems to be a Bioware thing. Like everything degrades. Every new game just degrades from the previous game.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
It's like they're learning how to make fun stuff again, and they think, "Oh, looter shooter, that's perfect. We have this great opportunity to make lots of great items and weapons and armors, and we'll call it Anthem. It's gonna be great. It's the focus of the game." And it sucks. No one likes this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even think of how they were thinking when making any games. Like, oh, unlimited ammunition. And a lot of great upgrades with explosive weapons. Okay, remove all that. What? Why?
Yeah.
No, remove it.
Well,
make it limited.
Yeah, like I said, throughout Mass Effect and stuff, you are literally like some urchin in London scraping a living on the streets for like chunks of bread, searching for thermal clips. Whereas in Mass Effect 1, you could just like put whatever you want into your gun and you could just like blast people away because it's like that's how it's designed.
Yeah,
why did you change this?
Yeah, the funny thing is, Conrad Werner, I don't know if any of you guys remember him. In Mass Effect 3. Yeah, Mass Effect 3. He actually like complains about the fucking thermal clips. Like he keeps saying like, why the fuck aren't we just using limited ammunition if that's the case? Thermal clips are just retarded. Like
yeah, and like Shepard brushes it off as well. That's the way things are. It's like that's not a good. Yeah, we get it. You realise you fucked up, but just saying that doesn't make the thing better. It still makes it fucking stupid.
No, Shepard says something worse. It's like, oh, I'm sure, you know, you could tell that to every like leader and people responsible. It's like, no, Shepard. Well, they were retarded.
Oh, no. Maybe you could tell that to all the leaders. Well, they were told about it since that was a technology beforehand.
Yeah. Oh God.
Why are you making out of it? This is like brand new technology that's silly. It's like it was already there for years.
And to think the
in fact, thermal clips have only existed for what 3 years in total in Mass Effect lore.
Yeah, and apparently because like they discovered the Geth were using it, and I'm like, what? Yeah, I guess the Geth are retarded. Why would you listen? Why would you do anything like them if that's the case? It's like,
yeah, exactly.
Let the Geth have limited ammunition. We have unlimited.
Well, the people we're fighting against have limited ammunition, and we have unlimited. I guess we have to go to limited ammunition. Sorry, sir.
True game, right?
That doesn't sound like a good tactic. That's almost about that's the same sort of tactics I expect from like Zach Brannigan or something. So if we just send all our soldiers to die, they'll soon run out of ammunition, and then we can kill them. Let them get tired, killing us to death, and then someone can sneak up and whack them one.
Yay!
That's how we'll beat the Reapers. They'll get so tired of exterminating everyone, they'll go home.
Reaper's like, I don't want to play with you anymore. It just goes back to dark space.
Well, at the end of the day, Shepard's speech, we fight till we die. Thanks, Shepard.
Yeah.
Oh, Shepard is like, no shit.
What's our strategy? We fight till we die. Well, okay, thanks. Already knew that. Anything more? What do we fight them with? What leaflet campaigns? Protests? Song and dance? I stand outside the Reaper's base with some bagpipes, play him a couple of tunes. That'll soon get him to surrender. What do you want me to do? Whisper charge, tippy toe up to him. What do you want me to? What do you want me to do?
Whisper just reads about communism in front of the Reaper, and the Reaper just leaves.
Just show them a Vorse stream, and they'll just go like rudimentary creatures of flesh and blood. You fucking disgust us.
Well, I don't know if the Vosh stream would motivate the Reapers to just destroy us immediately, or make them just leave us as like hopeless.
They probably like surrender because they'd be so frightened of this so-called horse cop. They just wouldn't know what to do. Anyway, I think we can continue with the video.
All right,
now.
let's go.
This whip around the horse that I never liked for some reason. You cannot fight on the horse. Obviously, you cannot gather resources on it. And resource gathering itself is kind of a pain. It's too slow and tedious, and you can't tell your companions to do it. While in Andromeda, scanning is fast, the Mako is easy to control, and by Mako I mean the Nomad. You can run enemies over with it, and finally you can gather resources on it. Now the crafting, it's about the same in both games, I suppose. Gathering, like I said, is worse in Inquisition. However, the crafting interface, I'd say, is worse in Andromeda. The crafting...
I think the GUI in Andromeda is worse in general, not just the crafting element. It's all poorly set up and designed. It's not intuitive. It's scrolling is a bitch. Everything looks really off.
The journal you might as well not have at all. It gives you no knowledge of where you're supposed to go, what you're actually supposed to do, and what your objectives are. It's just pot luck, really, with stuff. Collect these things. Well, I don't actually know what these things are. No, we're not going to tell you. Okay, so how am I to know what I'm looking for to collect? Well, do you remember that very quick cutscene that we showed it in? Maybe. Well, that's what they look like. Okay, I guess this is what we're doing now. At least it's not as bad. It's not as bad as Mass Effect 3's journal, where it was just like some guy wants a statue. Maybe you can find it, and it wouldn't even tell you where you're meant to look for it. You're like, okay, cheers,
I was so confused with that. I was like, what? Wait, where are we going? Like my man.
Father God wants you to save this wet squad. Cool. What planet? Don't know. What system? Don't know. Okay. Anything else? Don't know. Well, what do you? I don't know. It's like it just tells you to save this wet squad. Okay. Also, by the way, you've got to do it before Citadel Part 2. Do I? Yes, because otherwise you'll lose all ability to do it. And you're like, what the fuck? How am I supposed to know all this stuff?
QP wasting a lot of time considering the Reapers are invading Earth.
Yeah.
All right. Here's Tyler Preston. Reapers, we have to come to wipe out all organic life. Watches a Vosh video. Reapers, F this shit. We're out. You people disgust us.
Mm-hmm.
It could happen. Who knows? Anyway. 3 minutes in. Yeah, we're doing okay.
Itself is not really optional in both games if you want to play on high difficulties. Ultimately, unless you're really into the tactical aspects of Dragon Age Inquisition and the ability to control all of your companions, then Mass Effect Andromeda is probably the better game in terms of overall gameplay.
I also just want to point out that the tactical element of Dragon Age is literally press the attack button repeatedly until something's dead. There's not really much tactics.
Tactical.
Yeah, there's not really much tactics in it.
Keep hitting it. It will come.
Yeah, it's most tactics, even on like nightmare mode, is just literally just send everyone in, hacking and slashing, and keep like your mage at a distance where you can just spam attacks outside of like the enemy's attack, and then just hope that your mage doesn't die, and that's it. So BioWare, it's not tactical. These games aren't tactical at all. None of the games are tactical at all.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, I liked how some of the abilities. I think one of the Vanguard classes, not in Andromeda, but in Inquisition, the rope or the pull, it doesn't work half the time.
Mm-hmm.
you try to bring
you just stood there. Yeah.
Like you target the enemy, you launch your rope, and it just doesn't do anything. You're like, what?
Mm-hmm. There was numerous times where I stood with my rogue and like doing that with a chain to drag him in, and it just missed. And my character just be doing that in the middle of this battle, not attacking anybody, nothing attacking him, just trying to chain something. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Also, they got rid of the hail of arrows move from Dragon Age Origins and 2, which is literally where you just shoot tons of arrows at the air and they all fall down, come down from the sky. It's really good in Dragon Age 2. But in this one, they literally got rid of all the cool attacks for rogues using a bow, and like literally all you have is that is one where you can do a backflip away from danger, and other than that, it's just the powers are useless. So
yeah.
All right, now let's talk about the side quests. The side quests in both games are the majority of content, and in the case of Andromeda, it's a little hard to decide what's a side quest and what's a main quest, because in the game you sort of have
Oh god, that face.
And they are, I would say, only accidentally related. The first goal being stopping the cat, and the second one being settling the worlds. And the accidental link being that the human arc happens to crash on...
Look at this outfit. What the hell did xLetalis do? Holy crap.
I don't know, but I'm kind of impressed by it.
It's just this neon purple, disgusting yellow. What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Never mind the face. Oh my god.
The planet the cat for the last time and defeat them, or at least defeat the Archon. So why am I saying all this? Well, the point is, do we consider the story on New Tuchanka that leads to settling or not settling the planet, and the story on Kadara that leads to choosing between Reyes and Sloane, do we consider that main story, or do we consider it side quests? If we do consider it side quests, then we can say that Andromeda improves on that a little bit.
All right, this is interesting because it seems as if he's having a problem categorizing what's a main quest and what's a side quest in the game, which doesn't sound like
I always take side. Yeah, I always take with me if it's with a BioWare game. Side quests don't usually have a lot of cutscenes involved when you're doing it.
Well, the fact that he's confused though is interesting because usually these are spelled out. It's like you have to go here to do that, and then stuff happens along the way, which you could add to the experience, or stuff is along the way.
You do have to go to Kadara and New Chunka to even get to the final confrontation with the Ket, though.
You know, I'm curious about something. Like, there were loyalty missions in Andromeda. Were they loyalty missions? Were they like optional, and did they do anything?
They did nothing at all.
Oh. Loyalty missions means that characters might die. Don't.
No. Literally, I think the only mission that there's 2 missions that you do which affect the ending. One is involving the Hyperion, where you sort out something with their engines. I can't remember. No, not engines. You sort out something on the Hyperion. You find someone who's sabotaging stuff, and that means when the Hyperion crashes at Meridian, the captain doesn't die. And then there's one with the Primus, where he can give you the codes to the Ket ship to help take it down. And that's the only 2 missions, side missions, that mean anything. In fact, I'm not even saying side missions. That's the only 2 missions in the entire game, end of, that affect anything. So, but yeah, with side missions is something that you can, if you miss, it doesn't affect the main story. Whereas in Mass Effect Andromeda, the stuff with Reyes and Sloan and Kadara and with New Tachunka, that does affect the main story, as in you have to actually do these things.
Yeah.
Because you get information from these 2 areas and stuff, and to help you in your fight. In reality, Sam should just be able to solve every problem like he always does.
The real hero of the game is Sam.
Seriously, I forgot how much he did. He does that AI does so much.
Well, yeah. The only reason the remnant technology lights up is because of Sam. The Arbiter can't control it. He doesn't know why until he figures out, oh, there's an AI in your head. That's the reason. So if Sam wasn't around, none of this would have happened.
From Halo.
Sorry, what's his name?
The Archon.
The Archon. Sorry. Okay, the Archon, not the other.
Yeah. Or as I like to call him, Pygmy Monkey.
Oh yeah.
Pygmy Monkey.
He looks like a monkey. Honestly, the first time I saw him, I was like, "Oh my god!" I want to like keep him as a pet. I thought he wouldn't be the bad guy. I thought he'd be like, you'd meet him and he'd only be like a foot tall, and you could put him in like a little cage on the Tempest, like like a monkey. Like the space hamster. He's not a good villain.
Yeah, no, they're not.
The guy comes up to your kneecaps. Is not a good villain.
I don't think BioWare has any good villains besides maybe Sovereign. And that's a maybe. I'm not even sure anymore.
Low Game was a good villain. Low Game from Dragon Age Origins was a good villain.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm talking about like my own experiences. My bad. Because I only played Mass Effect mainly.
Saren was okay.
Yeah. I'm saying besides like Sovereign and Saren in Mass Effect 1, but Mass Effect 2 and 3, no.
What Kai Lang was amazing. He's so edgy, and he's got like a sword. He's such an amazing villain.
When Mac Walters
described
him as Mass Effect's version of Darth Maul, I went, no, he's not. Come on. Who the hell would ever design? Why would you design a character after Darth Maul? What would be the reason to do that? Let's make a mediocre, useless character.
Which Darth Maul though? Are we talking Darth Maul that appeared in Phantom Menace, who was just there to be cut in half?
Yeah.
Or do we mean the Darth Maul in Clone Wars, where they realised, hang on, we just killed off a character that we could use again, and actually made him interesting? Oh, you mean the Phantom Menace version? Very cool, by the way.
Yeah. And you're sitting there going, like, Mac, did you seriously think that and do that? Because that's smart at all.
He may have beat you on Fessia. Bitch, he didn't beat me on Fessia. The game cheats to let him win.
For him. Yeah.
Like,
I've had enough, and then like, oh, your character just it was so
regenerate shields like nothing because he can do that, and then the gunship comes in. And you're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, but it's just like with high enough overload. If you've upgraded overload, you can just keep pressing one overload and it destroys his entire shields. And he goes, cover me while I recharge my shields. I'm like, okay, so I've won this fight then. It's literally because the game doesn't want me to win the fight.
Yeah.
I've actually seen a lot of people replay as the Garrus version of God Emperor Garrus or whatever you call him. He annihilates everything with that build. Anything comes near him with the Typhoon, it just within seconds it's gone. The harvesters just explode as soon as they pop up on the radar. It's just like gone.
Yeah, I know. So so busted, some of the stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not as bad as the Arcane Warrior and Dragon Age Inquisition. Jesus Christ.
That is just, yeah, that's just into silly.
That's just one thing where it's just a bit like, well, I guess I don't want to play this game anymore because it's playing itself pretty
Just
much.
hold the button, yeah.
Yeah.
Build up, shield, attack, and never fall down.
To be honest with you, you make your character an Arcane Warrior, you just click onto like Varric and just stand in the corner and just watch your player character kill everything in the room on its own with the computer.
How
And you're like, okay.
exciting.
You're like, fine.
Here is Joe Vile. Hey, Joe. Any thoughts on BioWare making the new Mass Effect? Well, they are making, supposedly, as they've advertised. What do you want to see? I honestly don't
Good
care.
writing, interesting characters.
They should make another space opera experience. Don't do Mass. They have the talent, or they have some talent left. They can make a new franchise.
No.
Do their own
Why?
thing. That's what I'm trying to say. Do their own thing. I don't want to see another version of Mass Effect. I think that series is done.
Yeah,
My only.
I'm not interested.
My only thing is like you could do Mass Effect. The next Mass Effect is like avoid any fucking galactic level threats because apparently they suck at that so fucking much. Make it like I don't know. Make your conflicts smaller. Hell, like and also avoid fucking like your character. You know, making your own character like another Shepard. Like hell, if you're gonna let me play with like the crewmates or at least one of the crewmates, fine, fuck it, because you guys suck with like making your own character.
One thing
kind of thing.
I remember they tried to do with Andromeda was they introduced the concept because we're no longer doing Paragon Renegade. We're doing our own dialogue options. You have 4 options. And they're different like styles of emotions or whatever. I'm like, oh, it reminds me of Alpha Protocol, where they designed the entire game around the stance system, which is professional. What's the other one? There's 3 into the Jason Bourne, the James Bond, and I can't remember the other one, what it was. But those determine how you react, how people react to you, and how scenarios play out. So if you don't have proper responses to your actions, all it's going to be is, oh, that's clever. Oh, that's the angry response. Oh, that's the happy response. So you have to do more than just give people the illusion of emotions and then having no consequences. You have to actually make a story with this system because fundamentally that is what Mass Effect is. It is the dialogue wheel. So you have to plan everything around that concept. So that's why I say stop doing Mass Effect. You don't know what you're doing. Mass Effect 3 just butchered the dialogue wheel. There's the other 2 options. They both have the same outcome. And
there's no reason to even have the wheel at that point because
visually it was a wheel.
Almost worthless.
Yeah. Auto dialogue is like if you have story mode turned on, like forget about it. That's just don't even bother playing. So Andromeda was like you were hoping, they paid attention to what matters, the dialogue, the scenario, and they just said, forget about it. We'll just have 4 responses that's it. That means nothing. So
this is what always pissed me off.
Yeah.
They had the start of something good with the Dragon Age 2 dialogue, with the way that was done. And it's like, just improve on that. Improve on that system. Improve on the system you made for Dragon Age 2, because they did a quite a good system with the dialogue and also the friendship and rivalry stuff. But no, they just seem to have just scrapped that completely. They just seem to have said, no, we're not doing that. And you're like, why? That actually worked.
Yeah, I don't
know. It wasn't great. It wasn't great, but you could improve it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Here's Mike Testa. Hey, Mike. Yep. How about a good game or BioWare to just retire? If they don't have a good seller in the next Dragon Age, because that's the only thing that they could possibly make money from, because their last game did well, so presumably the next game will also do well if they know what they're doing this time. then yeah, I hope they.
Well, they ain't getting my money this time.
Well, I think Mass Effect is pretty much toast. I really don't know what they're going to do. There's been no information on it, so I can't speculate. At least
there's no information on anything.
Well, no, they've been releasing character art of Dragon Age stuff.
So again, as I've said, there's no information on anything because character art means nothing.
Well,
yeah,
someone's getting paid to do something.
Yeah.
The only thing
and good for them. They're playing the system. Well done, whoever's still getting paid for it. I tip my hat to you.
Yeah.
You're playing the system. And you're getting the money. But releasing character art of like somebody isn't information on the game because it's not even character art. It's concept art.
It's concept art. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're a bit like, so this might not even be the stuff that's in the game.
Yeah. I think the only things you can ever like put in like the sequel Mass Effect, if it's ever gonna be fucking released, is like Tachanka. If like, say Rex is dead and you have Reeve, then maybe the story shifts somewhere, or there's conflict or anything, or say you didn't cure the genophage, then there's some conflict or some shit.
Man, you've already said way too much differences for BioWare to deal with. They can't deal with two different choices.
And even done. I was gonna say like if you destroy the Geth in like without the Reaper codes, or you destroy them with the Reaper codes.
Well, that's now 3 choices. BioWare can't do 3 different choices. There's way too many things. There's way too many differences in the story. Then they can barely keep to 1. So you know.
Oh god.
Two different choices? That means like we've got to do twice as much work, and we only do a half-assed job to begin with.
Yeah, they downgrade every game, so they can't do that. I'm sorry, BioWare, I put too much. Forgive me. Yeah.
Well, yeah. But no, to be brutally honest, I make a joke about it. I want to see good writing. I don't expect anything good. The only thing I expect out of the Mass Effect and Dragon Age games is that Varric will be part of a Dragon Age game, and that's all I'm certain about. That will happen.
Well, out of all this catastrophe of BioWare not making money or possibly not making money, what I'd like to see, I know this is strange, you guys know what happened with Square. They got bought out by Enix, so they merged their companies, and now they make relatively the largest selling or the biggest RPGs in Japan, or at least the more internationally well known. So what I'd like to see is the team from like Eidos Montreal and whatever is left of BioWare Canada, have them amalgamate and say, okay, what are we good at? RPGs. What can we make? Well, we can't use the stuff from yesteryear that's owned by this or that, by Microsoft. Let's do our own thing. And that would be that I could see like the team who does Deus Ex and what's left of BioWare come together and do their own thing. So that's what I'd like to see. I want to see it restructured. I don't want to see a new game. I want to see a new team. And then once I see the team, I say, oh, now I have confidence you can do something. Because right now, there's no confidence. There's nothing that BioWare's done the past 10 years I care about.
Yeah.
So
there's nothing good, even if we don't care about it. So I'll be brutally honest. There are some choices in Mass Effect 3 that I don't mind if it's like considered ignored completely. Because it's just so fucking bad. Such as letting the Quarians die in Rannoch. I was like, none of it makes sense. Because like, Shepard and Tali have to willingly withhold information from the Admirals. They never informed them. They never informed the Admirals, hey, Geth are re-uploading the codes. So the Admirals are just going in blind. And they intentionally withheld information. And the Council, like, why would the Council trust Shepard after joining with the Geth and give them Reaper codes? Pretty much not too dissimilar from Saren. It's like, yeah, there's so much wrong with this that I'm like, you know what? Scrap that shit. That's the worst one.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it.
the problem is, like, I know people want restructured, but unfortunately, every restructure, you still have Mac the Hack Walters lurking somewhere in BioWare. And as long as he has his fingers and stuff, you ain't getting good products, because he can't make a fucking good product, even if he had it. Even I wouldn't trust the bloke to open a packet of peanuts that was already open. So, that's my opinion of the guy.
All right.
Yeah.
The guy could drown in fresh air.
He drowns on his own spit.
Yeah. Anyway.
Alrighty, let's keep going.
Because it means some that are a little more interesting and have proper cutscenes and voice acting and all that. But if you consider everything that happens in these planets to be part of the main story, then the side stuff in both games is just equally bad. And now let's move to the main story. So the main story of Andromeda is bad. I mean, I was more engaged and excited and cared more about what's happening in the latest chapter of Star Wars: The Old Republic that came out, that's like half an hour long,
We're bringing this
than
into
I was
it.
throughout the whole story of Mass Effect Andromeda. It's just, you know, the protagonist was not good, the antagonist was not good. I didn't really care about the choices I made.
All right, so how do we compare the antagonist in both these games? They're both horrible. They're both boring. They're both dumb. Incompetent. I don't know what else you want to call them, but they're just not. They're not intimidating. They're not scary.
At least Corypheus was okay in the Legacy DLC. He's got that.
That was a different character as far as I'm concerned. That was like he pops up. His boss battle is a whole intricate thing. That was cool. Fighting him was cool. And it really helped if you were a mage or an archer, because there was so many things going on. You had to run around and fight from a distance. So once they bring him over to Inquisition, everything goes. His plot doesn't make sense. What he wants doesn't make sense. The only thing he did, which was destroy Haven, ended up making you stronger.
Yeah. Also, I'm just trying to think of what they say. They are so similar, because they even have like similar like speeches. Right, to be honest with you, the Reapers, Corypheus, and the Archon all literally have the same spin of rudimentary creatures of blood and flesh. You fumble in ignorance. You know, that speech. It's like, yeah, we get it. You can only write one type of villain.
Well, I would say
the Archon saying that, saying like, we are beyond your understanding. I'm like, well, yeah, Reapers 2.0, okay, fine.
That's a pretty pathetic version of a Reaper if you're considering the Archon or the Archon, the next iteration of the bad guy. They're just incompetent. Everything they do is ineffectual or dumb. Like his whole plan to
at war against the Angara for 75 years. You're like, right? And now you're looking into the vaults, and you're like, okay.
Well, the way they turn Angara into Ket is such a slow process. When you can build your own army with that technology, but no, you have to convert them. You have to go through all this 3-month program of chanting and sleeping and taking drugs, and oh my god, and this whole ritual for one person. You're like, okay,
who would? It's like that. We are beyond your understanding, mate. You sing "Kumbaya" around the campfire for a couple of months. You know, we get that, okay, and you convert people, we get that. We have them here. They're called Jehovah's Witnesses. It's perfectly fine, you know.
Oh god!
Don't worry, man. We comprehend you very well.
They can't look like monkeys. They're like monkeys with. Oh god, Jesus.
Well, I just imagine you were killing those guys like with a few headshots at the start of the game in Andromeda, and then you see them being made, and you're like, "That's all this. It takes that long to make one soldier." I mean, this is retarded. This is so dumb. Don't you have better plans to take over this area of the galaxy? Like, there's got to be some smarter guy, and they show like two others that are subordinates or whatever. They're on the same level of commanders.
You have the Primus, and the guy in red, because I can't remember his name because he turns up like once.
And
then gets killed.
They don't care what this guy's doing. He's like, yeah, he's weird. We don't follow.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell is
going on? Yeah, the Primus is like, this is not what our hierarchy has said we should do. I'm like, okay then, why don't you report back to your hierarchy that this is happening? Because it's quite clear that you've got some sort of empire behind you, and they could they must be sending reinforcements or something, because you can't be like, as you said, Smud, you can't be replenishing your numbers with this convergence.
Yeah.
Because it just takes so long.
I don't understand. I'd never understood this story. I never understood the characters. I thought it was rather weak. Corypheus is just incompetent throughout the entire game. Like, he's just failing. Like, he fails so hard.
You have lost. You're like, Corypheus, you've lost everything. Every battle we have, you lose. Like, I won at Haven. No, you didn't. We screwed ourselves over. We sacrificed Haven to stop you. You still lost. Well, every step you've done has brought me closer. Yeah. It's like
the end is where you've been beating him all this time. You finally defeat him, and then you send him to the place he wants to go, right at the end.
Yeah. You want into the fade? Here you go. Oh, cheers, thanks, bro. Thank you.
It's like, won then. You're so pathetic. We sent you. We give you the thing you want. It's like, get out of here. We don't care about you.
They're like, plan to destroy the world is so bad. We're gonna let you succeed.
Because we felt bad for you.
All his subordinates were either convinced to turn against him or kill them. It's just, it's hilarious.
Yeah. He wins nothing. The bloke should have realised he was rubbish when he lost to Hawk, the perpetual loser of Dragon Age.
All right.
If Hawk can beat you, Corypheus, just give up. Your plans are over. There's no more. I feel like Willy Wonka. You lose, sir. Good day.
Yeah, so I can't really give the points to either game. They're both horrible villains, but the story in Andromeda is probably worse just because it's half-baked to begin with.
Here's a question, Ben. We've said about the antagonist. What about the protagonist? The Inquisitor versus Ryder.
Well,
which one's better?
At least the protagonist in Inquisition is a bit more mature. So they're not retards. They're like, Ryder is just a kid. Like, Ryder is just no idea what he's doing. He's
oh god,
he's immature. He's unintelligent. He's inexperienced, and the only thing he's got going for him is that crazy software in his head that makes him that makes him anything. It's not him. Sam is the protagonist. Ryder is just the host for Sam to be awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. In fact, Ryder can even be dead and doesn't hinder Sam in any way.
Sam takes over Ryder.
Well, that happens.
No, literally, because Sam kills him. Yeah, Sam kills him.
Yeah.
And then restarts his heart. It's like, so Sam doesn't even need Ryder to be alive. He just needs the body.
He just needs the body. He just screws up, assuming direct control. And then Ryder's like, fuck.
Yeah, but it's just God, these games.
Oh, BioWare.
And I wasted time playing them. God.
I am sorry that you've done that.
Well, Inquisition was entertaining for how bad it was. I actually enjoyed a lot of the plot because it was just so dumb. Like he's like, what really? We're doing this.
Yeah.
There's a castle. We don't know what this castle is, how we got there, where it is, but now we're navigating this floating castle ending level. I was like, what the hell's happening? Where are we? Is this Disneyland? Like, what's going on? It was just so goofy. And everything is just messed up. Then Morgan turns into a dragon. Like, okay, Morgan's a dragon. Okay, this is great. This is fantastic.
Then it does nothing at all.
They just tumble around.
Morgan being a dragon does nothing. Getting the dragon does nothing, and you're like, right? Because you still have to fight the other dragon.
Yeah.
And you're like, so I might as well not have brought the dragon. So fine.
Yeah, I use the water, the pool of whatever, and I'm now under control of my mom. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. See, I always make the Inquisitor like drink from the well because I will never let Morrigan do it. Not a chance in hell. And it's just like I'm now under control of Flemeth. Okay, cool. And then Flemeth just dies at the end of Inquisition. You're like, okay, cool. So who am I under control with now?
Apparently, Fenris, or sorry, not Fenris.
Solus.
Solus.
There's a lot of people who wish they were under Fenris's control.
Well, there goes the plot of Dragon Age 4. It's just like, oh yeah, you lose. He controls you at the end.
Yeah. But he doesn't control you in trespasses since he can't. He has to like turn people to stone, and that's what he threatens the Inquisitor with.
Oh really?
You're like, yeah, because he doesn't just like stop him. Because he can't stop him.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, what's her face? She's throwing the spear and she goes.
Yeah, it just gets turned into stone, and you're like, okay, cool. So now you have to remember now, Solus has those powers to turn anybody into stone. How the fuck can we? Not even looking at him either. Yeah. All you got to do is flick his eyelids, turn the person to stone. How the fuck are we supposed to fight that?
Can't do the Medusa. What's the story of the ancient Greece?
Perseus.
The story of the hero Perseus. Yeah.
Yeah. Clash of the Titans was the movie version.
Oh jeez! I mean, Bioware's just like hyping up this story. Like, oh god, you'd have to nerf the character now.
Oh yeah, and it's like as well. What was it? The elves are all joined together. So what?
You're gonna kill all the elves.
It's like the elves could rise up against the humans. Yeah, they've done that loads of times, and the humans have won every single time because the humans are just a hell of a lot better at fighting than the elves.
So you're gonna have a holy war / eradication mission. Like it's just gonna be this crazy racial destruction. Just like, oh god.
Yeah.
Bioware, what are you doing?
It's like oh no, it's like yeah, but the elves have got the Dalish. It's like yeah, the Dalish get their asses handed to them constantly. Well, no offense. Look at what was it in Dragon Age Inquisition when they're at the Temple of Mythal. You have those ancient elves, don't you, defending it, and they're like the best of the best. The Red Templars just walk in there and murder everybody without like a second. But literally, there's a cutscene of a Red Templar drowning an elf in like less than a foot of water by just stamping on his head. And it's the most comical thing ever. And then behind him, another elf is being burnt alive. And they're like, oh, the elves can rise up and take us on. No, they can't. No, they can't. They're getting their asses handed to them everywhere. The elves are just there to die.
I would like to see how this plays out in Tevinter, if the idea is they're going to Tevinter, which is already a very structured society where elves are second-class citizens and slaves and this and that.
They have slaves. Elves are second-class citizens. Unless you're a mage or a magister, you ain't got any chance of anything.
See, that does sound like an interesting scenario to tell the story of this culture that has this bizarre generational bloodline of people who are so ensconced in their ways of being that there's this wave of elves coming to stop them. It's like, elves? What? How are they
the elves versus the Tevinter Imperium. The elves got a chance. The elves at the height of their power couldn't stop the Tevinter Imperium.
Yeah.
It's like, so a bunch of city elves who are malnourished and some Dalish, there's no problems. What are you on about? It's perfectly fine. Yeah, but with Solus, doesn't matter.
I like that.
There's a lot of other things to stop Solus.
That concept art of whatever warrior with the bow, and the bow is like made of little blocks of floating magic.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is that? What kind of weapon? What does it do? How does it work? Like, do the blocks snap back when the magical bowstring flies? Like,
yeah,
how does this thing? All this bizarre shit. We have no idea how any of it's going to work out. So, good luck.
And to be honest with you, what is it? We've had concept art, but anything solid, it's been over a year now since anything solid's come out.
The one trailer came out was more than a year ago, I think. The trailer, and it's just Varric talking about stuff.
It's just Varric talking about shit.
Yeah,
and you're like, okay, cool, thanks. I have played the other games, Varric. Thank you though for keeping me up to date.
Yeah. I did like the Outer Worlds 2 trailer because that was hilarious. Talking about how this is a trailer about stuff we haven't made yet. All we've agreed upon was the title. Every other thing is not solid. So, like every other game trailer. So anyway,
game trailers just waste of time.
Forget about them. Anyway, the worst villain. Let's find out.
I didn't see a real consequence. There were things that I wanted to do, but I had no.
I think someone said he looked like a Teletubby.
Yes.
Yeah, that's actually a really good comparison.
Winky, Dipsy, la la.
That flying sun baby is beyond our comprehension.
Yeah. So smart.
Rudimentary creatures of flesh and blood. Oh my god, if that baby started talking like it's suffering, Jesus Christ. You know what's funny? The baby that was using the original Teletubbies is like in her mid-20s now, and she's quite a babe. She's quite hot. She's quite good looking.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
So also made me feel very old.
Oh no! Well, when I was a kid, that shit terrified me. Like that flying sun baby. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was fine.
But
I was too busy thinking, was Tinky Winky a transgender with his red handbag? No. I just thought he had nice fashion taste, so it's alright.
To do, but I had no option
to do. Sorry.
Despite the fact that they advertised 4 different responses in conversations, they felt kind of limited. And there were times where NPCs would have the same response regardless of what you say, but it's done in a very bad way. There was a conversation, but I don't remember where exactly, where you have 2 options. One is to ask a guy, what's your name? And the other one is to tell him something else. And I went for the other one, for the something else one, and the first thing he says is, my name's Bob, or my name's whatever, and then proceeds to answer according to the second option. So there were a few examples like that. And yeah, generally, I didn't care about anything. I didn't feel anything. The only time I felt something in this game was during one of the conversations with Drac, where he talks about being a father. And I suppose there was one with Jarl, where he talks about taking things apart. So in terms of the main story, Dragon Age Inquisition is better. I mean, it's not that good on its own, but I think it's much better than Andromeda.
This really is. I mean, and this is not against the guy or anything like that, but it really is turned into. These are both really bad, but this one's not as bad.
Yeah. I think that's the entire point of the video, pretty much.
It really, at the end of the day, which one's better, Mass Effect, Andromeda, or Dragon Age Inquisition? I don't know. Herpes, gonorrhea, something like that.
Trick question. They both suck. Yeah.
Trick question. They both suck. Go kill yourself for even considering it. You piece of shit.
Kill yourself for considering either of these as good.
It's just. But it's like the thing is though, he's talking about the Mass Effect Andromeda story. He's not really gone over the Dragon Age Inquisition story, but he said it's better. I was like, well, okay.
I also want to add in the helmet
bias.
Yeah, you know, like the helmets in Mass Effect Andromeda, the combat helmet that you see in the video, it's worse than it's very fucking bad. It's very inefficient. It can break easily.
Yes. Yeah, it's because as diplomats, you meant to see your entire face. It's like, no, bro, it's fine. We don't have to show our entire faces. It's fine.
Why the fuck would you?
Not just flimsy glass that can break with anything.
Yeah. I mean, fucking hell. Like, the older fucking technology could had like better helmets. What the fuck?
At the end of the day, as shown in the very first mission, those helmets are not good.
Yeah.
So,
they immediately break.
Mm-hmm. Your dad dies because of a broken helmet.
Well, the dad does not bother to do the whole, sharing oxygen thing. I don't know why.
Yeah.
You breathe a bit, I breathe a bit.
Probably because Clancy Brown was like, I could do more lines, but I really don't want to be part of this game anymore. So let's just kill off my character. Just...
Time to have a tragic
Alex
death
Ryan's
scene.
like, Sam's telling me that you're going to be fighting some sort of small pygmy monkey thing. I'm out. So I'm just not interested anymore.
Sam told me we're going to fight monkeys. I was like, I'm not interested.
I'm just, something that I've got better things to do. But you'll die, Dad. Yeah, it's a lot better. Don't worry about it.
Greater good.
Tell your sister I've never really loved any of you. Bye. Peace out.
The dad was like,
anyway. Goodbye.
Well, that whole scene with the
The
mother.
dad was trying to find a way to die.
That whole scene with the mother being in stasis because of her condition, and they're trying to say they love them. It was so creepy and just. I don't know what the tone was. There was just no tone. You're just sitting there going, "I love you, Mom. I love you too, dear."
That kind of gave me like Nora Freeze vibes, but in a bad way.
Oh yeah.
It was just. And I love the way they set up as some sort of like, will they be able to cure it? I'm like, I don't care. I really don't care about cancer-ridden woman in stasis pod. I really don't care. It doesn't matter.
The off chance that some alien technology or substance they'll discover can cure this woman's ailment.
Yeah.
Like,
Cure death.
Yeah, but it's also the fact that hopefully that Alec Ryder can discover this stuff. Well, he's dead now, so yeah, good luck with that.
I mean, they cured death at this point. I'm like,
oh yeah, just throw her at a planet, give a bunch of money to Cerberus, and she'll be dead.
Yeah.
Also, Cerberus is in Andromeda because there's that side mission with it.
Really?
With them on Kadara. Yes, so they do exist there. So just give them $1 billion or whatever, 1 billion space credits, and they'll just like go, deaf? Never heard of it before.
What's that? In this one, everyone is Jesus. They'll come back from the dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, just throw your mother at, like,
it's
the speed of light.
It's been a few years since I saw those because I didn't play the game. I saw the videos and all the extra cutscenes and crap like that. But it was one of those scenes that just does not feel good. It doesn't feel sentimental. It doesn't feel touching. Mm-hmm. It's just this weird, creepy, like empty. My mom's dying. I love you, Mom. I love you too. Is it okay?
No.
Let's throw the space and then.
Yeah, let's put it this way. She's down with cancer. If you've ever seen someone who's down with cancer, you don't just say, "Oh, I love you, Mom." Anyway, standard Bioware animation, and then you move on. It's quite a hard thing to go through, and it's just been like, God, Bioware are like aliens who have never interacted with humans before pretending to be humans.
Oh, God.
BioWare, like, Alf's retarded cousin trying to, like, mimic human behavior. The bug from Men in Black is a more convincing human than BioWare.
It was employees.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they should just put it. They should also not forget to put a helmet on the mother when they fucking yeet her into space. You know, so it can keep the brain intact.
Yeah.
But not the Andromeda helmets, the Shepherd helmets. Those,
Not the Andromeda helmet.
those things are
helmets, yes.
built to last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They keep the brain intact.
But
Somewhere,
there's
somehow.
bacteria.
The world could end, and those helmets will still be floating in the void.
No, here's the thing. No, there's like bacteria because you have an immune system that like there's bacteria in your body, and your immune system keeps pushing it back. When you die, your immune system is gone, and bacteria literally fucks up your body. Your body explodes.
No.
Oh.
The helmet kept the brain intact.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm
Helmet
sorry.
Yeah.
as well,
On a-
which is still the planet somehow.
Yes.
On a planet made of ammonia and nitrogen. Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah.
Yes.
And
And
a
also,
chlorine
the helmet,
The
the helmet, by the way, that is still on that planet.
Yeah, they took it off. They took the helmet off.
Intact.
Yes. So they literally just took the helmet off and got whatever was left of Shepard's head, which quite obviously wasn't intact.
The collectors looked at the body, what was left of Shepard, said, "We don't need this helmet." Just threw it.
They looked at what was left of Shepard and just turned to the camera and went, "I think we need a smaller bag." And then it was just like,
Yeah, so Shepard kept moving on.
they could. Bring a mop. That was.
Get a vacuum cleaner.
The helmet kept the head intact.
Someone just comes back. All I could find was this very small sponge. They're like, "Don't worry, it's fine. More than we need."
Oh, more than we need.
All right, let's continue.
Oh God.
After I finished, I had no interest in replaying the game. Not at all. While in Inquisition, I was interested in playing the other races. And I was also interested in trying the
Is the video
alternative
played or is
voice
it
acting
paused?
option. So at least I had a
was
mild
for you.
desire of replaying the game.
Yeah, probably.
Finally, let's
Give
talk
it 5
about the
seconds.
companion characters. I did not include them with the story because most of them are not at all plot relevant. Dragon Age Inquisition has an edge here as well. It has more companion characters, and they're generally more interesting, better developed. The romances are better. Hell, even the LGBT representation among your companions. I've made a video criticizing some parts of the portrayal of Krem.
Okay, so the characters, the side characters
I do not
in
get this.
Inquisition, they do have some major plot points. The one with Dorian's a very obvious one, where it's the whole travel back in time thing, or sorry, travel in the future time. So that is what you want in these stories, to have side characters have relevant main plot points. We did that with Tali in Mass Effect 1. We do that. We see some of the characters from the Vermeer Survivor in Mass Effect 2, like these unavoidable scenes, like they always occur. So that's what we mean by main plot points. I don't think that happens in Andromeda. I don't think they're the focus, or just there in the background. It's just whoever you bring along with you.
The only one would be Joel with the Moshai. That's about it.
Right, yeah. Which is interesting because everyone likes Joel, who likes the game. So
Yeah, Joel's fine.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like you have these characters that are the focus of a story, like Liara. Liara is one of the main nodes of Mass Effect 1. You save her. She gets a huge DLC, probably the best DLC in the whole series in the second game, because they kicked her out.
And she's still worthless.
She's apparently the most influential person in the galaxy, but she doesn't do much.
How? Where?
And then
When?
She's the most influential person because Mac Walters like her.
Oh my God! They have such a fucking bias. Like Liara doesn't join you in your, I mean, to be fair, worthless suicide mission. Like, you barely interact with her. She's pretty fucking worthless throughout the entire game. Oh, you still get her.
I'm an information broker. The Reapers are coming. Yeah, but I'm an information broker. Liara, the Reapers are coming. I don't care. The Reapers are coming. Help me stop them. I'm going to become the Shadow Broker. The Reapers are coming, Liara.
And she's a shitty shadow broker.
You do it.
It's like she's a really terrible shadow broker. She's like, yeah, Edie knows, Tally knows, yeah, God knows who else fucking knows, but like, that's two people who can just easily expose your ass, including Edie.
Everyone knows that she's a shadow broker.
Yeah, it's like, wow, Liara, why are you here again? What are you doing at this point? I wasn't even interested in taking you to Thessia. I was like, yeah, I forgot about you.
That's my home. That's great, Liara. Now go back to your cabin.
With the
I was like, oh, but Liara, you're a shadow broker, so sorry.
with the body tracking 20 or 30 LCD panels on pivot points. Like, what the hell? Liara, why do you...
Yeah, I know. That's
Why do you
very
need
weird.
that? Why do you need all these screens that follow you around the room?
They all show the exact same thing. It's not like different information on the screens. It's all the exact same thing. It's like, okay,
Liara is trying to show off. It's like, see, Shepard, I'm a shadow broker. I'm an information broker. See, so many screens. They're all the same screens.
Also the fact that the Shadow Broker had a ship that was kept hidden for hundreds of years, and no one could find it. And Liara was the Shadow Broker for less than 6 months, and Cerberus found it, and then destroyed it.
Like, I guess we shouldn't have killed that previous Shadow Broker. Like,
yeah.
But Shepard, he's. I don't even know why she wanted to kill him. I forgot. I fucking forgot.
It was a story of revenge.
Oh, he was gonna give Shepard's body to the collectors.
Okay, but he failed. So
No, she wanted revenge on.
Let bygones be bygones.
She wanted revenge on not Thane, who was still alive. So
Theron.
sure, and she killed him, and then she became the Shadow Broker for whatever reason.
Oh, Liara, fuck! Now you fucked up, Liara. We could have used them. Probably would have been more.
Also that Solarian, whose name actually escapes me.
Oh,
gets shot as well.
The giant. They did not include it because I think he died in the comic book. There was a genetically modified Solarian the size of like a Hulk. It was just like the funniest thing. It's like
So just a bit bigger than Abby.
Yeah. It was like, Mac, did you seriously create a gigantic Solarian in your comic book for no reason aside from having a gigantic Solarian? Like you wouldn't think, hey, it'll be a great idea, guys. Let's put a gigantic Solarian in the game. Let's do that. It's like, no, that's stupid, Mac. That's a really dumb idea.
That's ridiculous. No one would believe that. But in a comic that no one's going to read, let's do it.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous. Oh, no, I can't say that word now.
Because comics don't matter.
That's just ludicrous.
It's the same with every Drell. Dresses exactly the same as Thane, even though Thane was this super secretive, cool assassin. It's like, nope, everyone dresses like him. Every Drell has collars that can poke someone's eyes out.
Oh God.
They all dance like a ballerina. It's just like, what the hell? Can you make a second model, please?
Yeah, it's like, and every female Taurian looks like whatever that Taurian's called in the Omega DLC. I can't remember.
No, I forgot.
Nita,
Nyx. I think her name is Nyx.
Nyx. I don't care. She gets blown up stupidly. I don't care.
Yeah, she disintegrates.
She's dead. I don't care.
Yeah. All the more reason not to be excited for Mass Effect 2. Liara was in the teaser. I'm like, fuck that. I'm done. Like, you put her in the main teaser. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's keep going.
but my goodness, for Krem 3 times over than Heinley Abrams. I like Dorian much more than Gil, and I thought Iron Bull's bisexuality fits much better than Giles. I thought Sarah was annoying in Inquisition, but that was until I met Liam in Andromeda, so yeah, I think that concludes it about the companions. Inquisition is definitely better in this regard. And finally we come to my overall opinion. Well, I would say that if you want to complete everything there is in both games and just play them once, it is debatable which is better. It's up to personal preference. But if you're playing them primarily because of the story and not so much about the side stuff and the exploration and combat, and you're looking for replay value, then I would definitely go for Dragon Age Inquisition. And so overall, I would say Dragon Age Inquisition is the better game. And honestly, I'm happy to have reached that conclusion because, as we know, a new Dragon Age Inquisition is coming. Not sure when, but it's coming. And for a new Mass Effect, even though Mass Effect Andromeda sets itself up for a sequel, that one may not be coming very soon. So that was it. Thank you for watching. Tell me what you think about
this. Is the really dumb scene where the mages or Templars slam their weapon into the ground and magically seal the breach at the start of the game. We will seal the breach. We will restore order. Oh, the breach is sealed. Okay, let's restore the order.
Then we will restore order. It's like, yeah, thanks, Sandra. Go back to stabbing books.
Yeah, great.
Just interrogating dwarves.
Great choice here of gameplay options. Go with the Templars or the Chantry or the mages. It's like, yeah, makes no difference. They both do exactly the same thing.
All this and until the next video, stay tuned and be good. Oh wait, hold on. I forgot one thing. Well, I've probably forgotten more things, but I remember one, and that's the music. Dragon Age Inquisition has pretty good music. Mass Effect Andromeda has none, basically. So yeah, that's it.
Oh, it's the Haven music. I would argue that is the best music in the games. The best part of the game is defending Haven. So that is the one time in the game I was excited. I was angry because I wanted it to help my team, my village, because we're being attacked. And I really wanted to succeed. And obviously the story goes a certain way. You can't do much, but it's understandable because you're being attacked by an army. So there's waves and waves of enemies coming at you. It's really pulse pounding. You're running out of those stupid limited health potions, which is annoying. And you're just buying everyone time for them to escape. So it's like, oh, this makes sense. Everything's great. So I like that part of Inquisition. That's my favorite part of the whole game. And after that, you get a stupid Disney song, and then everyone sings Kumbaya, and off they go to a better place within 10 minutes. They find a castle. Yeah.
That fucking when they started singing in Dragon Age Inquisition, I was like, no, please, no, you're not doing this, no.
You know what I thought?
No.
Stop it.
I thought the singing would cause an avalanche.
I was desperately looking at my controller, going, "What is the skip button?"
Because they recently showed.
If I miss anything, I don't want to listen to cringy music.
Because they recently showed the catapults or the trebuchets hit the sides of the mountain and cause an avalanche. So I was like, "Uh-oh, you're gonna do it again with all this singing." Everyone, like, you have like 200 people singing. Like, uh-oh. And it never happens, of course, but... Yeah. The dawn will... Come on, we're going to have a lunch. Everyone gets buried. I can see the castle!
All you hear is like, thanks, Mother Gazelle, you fucking bitch.
Yeah, no... Oh, God.
You see Cullen face down in the snow, just like, oh God, there goes our general.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
So someone pointed out, I think they focus on Liara because she can't die in the game. That's the fucking worst part. You can't kill the most worthless character.
Yeah,
you can't kill Tali. You can kill Tali, Legion, people who can at least, affect the whole Quarian Geth relations. You can kill Morden or Rex, who Mordor isn't really useful because they switch it with Paddock Wicks, who literally word for word does the exact same thing. But like, still, there's some form of effect. Liara's like, why can't I kill this bitch? Why can't I kill her in the DLC? I can kill Zaid. Why can't I kill this bitch? Like, why can't I get rid of her at all? No matter what, I can kill Ashley. It's a Citadel. I literally tried to find any way to get Liara killed, and it's like it did not work. I was like, God fucking damn it.
I think you're the one who hated, out of all the people I've talked to, you're probably the person who hated Liara the most.
I got frustrated because how much Mass Effect. To be fair, it's because of how Mass Effect kept like favoriting Liara over like almost any character.
I would say
it's like I got frustrated by that. To be honest,
I would say that when we look at like the power level or the influence or the experience of things in the Mass Effect universe, like we're talking about what we know, and I would say, okay, we have STG, we have the Shadow Broker, and we have Cerberus. They've been around for a while. They have lots of influence, lots of power, lots of connections. They can do some serious stuff. So for Liara to step into those shoes, and she's not incompetent, but for her to take the place of the Shadow Broker, things are going to not be as they were before. So something's going to change. And that's what I'm thinking going into the third game. Okay, they got to play around with this whole idea of who's in control, because everyone's going to be running around with their head cut off when the Reapers come. So someone has to guide these people. She doesn't do much. She doesn't really help people aside from looking for stuff and trying to get people out of was it Sanctuary or whatever it was. But
anyone can do that.
To the Elcor ambassador to get people off of whatever the Elcor home planet is, and it's like cool,
right?
And then it's just a scanning mission.
There's that one scene.
Anyone could have done this.
Yeah, there's that one scene where she's crying that Thessia is destroyed, and you cheer her up, and she realizes, I can still help. It's like, you're right. So like, there's things she does. But it's not the level of a Cerberus or Shadow or an STG. Like, we didn't see that level of influence on the galaxy, which I wanted to see, because this is.
He's not influential.
These are like
the worst thing about that is about that Liara crying scene is she's really upset, and I was a bit like, bitch, you knew this was going to happen, and my planet's in ashes and ruins right now, but I'm still going.
Yeah.
Everyone else.
So is
Garrus crying?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's Garrus supposed to be like? He doesn't know whether his mum or dad are still alive.
Yeah.
At least you know your mum's dead. You killed her! So,
At least you don't have to worry about that. We did that for you.
It's like everyone's planet's on fire, and she's like, yeah, but I thought the Asari could do what? You thought the Asari on their own could stop the Reapers? You knew that wasn't a thing. It just feels like shitty drama for the sake of shitty drama. And it's like, stop crying. Stop crying.
I also like how, what's-his-face, Javik is like, I'm going to say something nice to her so she calms down because we need her still. It's like, he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care.
Honestly, Javik was one of the best characters just by the fact that he just does not give two flying fucks.
Yeah,
whatever. We have to kill the Reapers. It's like, yeah, but we've got to do it with like being nice. No, just kill the Reapers. Be nice later. Don't worry about it. We can talk morals when the Reapers are gone.
Oh God, Leo. Yeah, no. I know.
We won't change what we are. Well, the Reaper's going to change it for you anyway.
It turns out the Asari screwed everyone else over because they knew about Vendetta and all this other stuff and technology. They withheld it from everyone. And it's this ridiculous story of, we're not going to, don't worry about it. We're fine. It's like, what do you mean, don't worry about it? Why would you not mention this ever? You're a race that lives to be 1,000. Don't you think you care about really this long-standing things like a series of billion-year-old spaceships that come around and eat you? How would you protect your family, in the future, without warning them? It's just bizarre. If you had I don't know, the Dead Sea Scrolls, and they mentioned, oh yeah, by the way, every 30,000 years you're going to get hit by a meteor, so figure that out. You're like, oh, really? I guess we should learn.
It's like The Dead Sea Scrolls are like every 35 you get hit by meteor. Anyway, good luck with that. It's just...
Well, at least tell people it's going to happen. You know, it's just not like, stuff happens. There's this AI that can tell you stuff. We don't know what that means. Whatever.
That's the worst part.
Also, the worst part about Vendetta is I will interface with the Crucible. He never does. By the way.
Yeah.
He never does anything that he says he was going to, so what was the point of him?
Oh, nothing.
So there's no point.
Like most things in Mass Effect,
they're forgotten or they do nothing. Yeah.
I agree that my hate for Liara is a bit exaggerated, but that's because how amount of
she's such a creator's pet. It's quite obvious, and it's just like
like you see so many scenes of like Liara writing history about you. Liara talking to you about your romance, or you're the romance. You get multiple chances. You get multiple chances to romance Liara, but only one chance for everyone else, except maybe Ashley. I don't remember. But like Liara, you get like
who romances Ashley?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Who's Ashley? She died in Vermeer, so I don't know.
Oddly enough, they spent a lot of time with Ashley in Mass Effect 3's like all the dialogue with romancing and conflict. There's a lot. I would say Ashley probably has the most screen time for the romancing compared to Liara, compared to Tali and everyone else. Like she is really, they put a lot of emphasis on her in Mass Effect 3. Like Garrus, he wasn't sidelined, but it just sort of fell to the side in Mass Effect 3 in terms of like the romancing elements. Like I'm trying to compare like the actual amount of content and what's in it, how good it is.
Yeah.
Like with Ashley, it's all this poetry and revealing your feelings and talking. It's like holy crap, you guys are like really focusing on this character, whereas Miranda, she gets a little goodbye message.
Miranda's just like Miranda's literally a fade to black,
and
then goodbye on Earth, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess that's it. Cheers, thanks for that.
Yeah, so, no, I guess I can agree with that. But like I said, it's like Mass Effect really favors Liara over pretty much anyone else.
Yeah,
overall,
she does get a lot because she's in a lot. She's like a needed companion in more missions than anyone else.
Yeah, the first couple of missions, yeah. And then the rest of okay, fuck you.
Even the from Ash's DLC, you need to take her.
Yeah.
You got to do her with the Fessia mission. You have to take her on more missions than anyone else. But
wait, do you have? I don't remember if you have to take Liara and Fessia.
Yes, you do.
You do. You have to take.
Oh, you
do?
Oh.
But she pretty much jumps you and goes, "That's my home down there." That's very nice.
Yeah,
that's nice. Anyway.
Yeah.
I want to take into this massive war zone the people who've got more guns than you.
People are more competent.
Yeah, I love that pistol you have. That Predator pistol is really looking great on your side, but we need James with the big assault rifle over there.
Yeah. I need James and Garrus. That's who I need for this mission. Why is that? Because hopefully, if there's any casualties, James will be one of them. So let's just,
Anyway,
let's just take it,
Anyway, I don't know if we have any stream memes. I don't know if anyone made any.
Yeah, we've got some streaming.
Okay, let's check them out.
The games being talked about today, I'd be shocked if there weren't stream memes today.
Yeah, no, I had a quick check, and it's like, yes, the stream memes. Well done, guys.
That's pretty good. Let's go.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
All right, let's just bring it in.
Oh.
Alrighty. Here we go.
Is it Georgius Rex?
Georgius Rex. You mean what? You mean none of our ships have weapons? Who's in charge of this project? We can't have you hurting any space whales, Ryder. What?
Janeway.
Janeway would put weapons on everything. What are you talking about?
Janeway would put weapons on the weapons.
Remember when she comes back in the last episode of Voyager? She creates this crazy shielding armor for the Voyager. It's like this ridiculous. Like it just pops out of nowhere. Like, what the hell technology is that?
Yeah.
How to fight the Borg.
Janeway would just kill everybody anyway, just to say, look, we need more weapons.
She turns Voyager into like the Batmobile from the first Batman film. She's like, dun, 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 dun.
Yep.
After Butts, the next innovating thing BioWare will do is remove the arms and legs.
Oh my god.
Oh, what is happening there? Yeah. Favorite Andromeda gifts go. Oh, this one's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never understood what the hell was going on, but like what is happening with the muscles on the ass? Like
I'll take it. I'll take it as a plus.
The only thing we can say about Korra is her voice
better than Dragon Age Inquisition.
And her figure. Yeah, everything else I'm like, Korra, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Mass Effect Andromeda Companions. Wow, so much customizable guys. You can even tell it to do special attacks. Oh. Thanks.
But seriously,
Bones.
There's no customization with your companions, and you're just like, well, cheers, thanks. Why am I taking them on these missions then? Oh well. What the fuck?
Yakuza like a dragon laughing at Mass Effect Andromeda while having more companion customization than Mass Effect Andromeda. Yeah. Yakuza is a very interesting experience, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think
At least.
Yeah, the fighting, the dancing, it's all very strange. Here's Gorgeous Rex again. All right, you want to go? You want to go, eh?
Alright, you want to go? You want to go, eh?
It looks like he's jumping. He's going to jump at her. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. He reminds me of like two drunken Brits on holiday who get into an argument and they like puff their chests out. Go on, mate. You want to have a go? You want to fight?
Yeah,
away.
His shoulders are clearly being pulled back, and his chest is coming out. His arms are like everything's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
That's not how you talk to people.
Whenever I talk to someone, I don't go chest first.
Yeah. Ryder taking the butt juice path. If you only knew how bad things really are. Let's not talk about butt juice anymore, guys. That was bizarre last night. I don't know how Eric stumbled into that one. I don't know.
Don't look at me. I merely made fun of him.
Oh, the next one though.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
Rudimentary creatures of flesh and blood. I don't want to play with you anymore.
After watching Bosch stream, it's like, no.
Yeah. Oh my god, Matthew, that's so correct.
You would be a warning for those who oppose me. Okay.
Plank.
I am evil, as you can hear from the sound of my voice. Okay.
I have a slight.
Don't you remember Plank is actually a plank of wood with a demon trapped inside of it?
It's probably more evil. But Criff is like, can't you tell I'm evil? I sound slightly British. It's just like, yeah,
I
fine.
have a very deep voice, too. And my face is all messed up. Can't you tell? You can't. Oh.
Oh, look at me. I am so above your comprehension with my awesome whatever I have. I don't really know.
I'm just a Dragon
I'm a
Age
weird out,
2
really.
alien. What was that? Dragon Age 2 villain. They took the villain,
Yeah.
mini boss villain. I can't remember the name of the villain, and they just like pulled some of the face parts around. It's like, oh, it's Griffiths now. Okay. So here's
Yeah, you're like, yeah, but like,
yeah, it was that generic mini boss that whenever you open up a chest that was cursed or something, it would pop up out of nowhere. Oh my god, and he's really strong. And you're like, okay. It was that model,
yeah, it was,
and they just changed some of the features around, and that's Griffiths now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
to be honest with you, if I see a villain who's wearing a skirt, I'm not frightened of him. I'm not intimidated. I'm just like, okay.
Unless it's a Viking, then it's okay.
Yeah, but they've got like pointed horns and like an axe.
They got-
Griffiths just had a skirt and was like fondling a ball in his hand. I'm just, hey, listen, I ain't gonna judge, but come on, man.
So here is Mass Effect Inquisition, thrilling tactical gameplay, epic character-driven story. I don't know why they're showing the frozen part of a helm there. Diverse and immersive living world. Tough choices define your experience. And it says like 1910. I don't know if that's that's like 19 out of 10, or is that
19 out of 10.
2019?
19 out of 10, yeah. It's taken a Mickey out of like mobile games
Okay.
that pretend to be more than they are, and it's just like, yeah.
19 out of 10.
I think I might want to play one of those instead.
Hmm.
All right, Berserker. I'll love him and kiss him and pet him and hug him and call him George.
He's so adorable and small. It's ridiculous. He's not an intimidating villain.
I think that's from like an old Warner Brothers cartoon or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the abominable snowman has got hold of
Oh,
somebody.
I think it's Daffy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the Archon is just he's about 1.5 foot tall.
There it is. Rock. That's a different assault rifle, but same idea. Yeah.
Isn't that the Typhoon?
It's the Typhoon. Yeah, you have to actually buy the. Was it a weapon pack or something that came with it to unlock the Typhoon?
Yeah.
I think it's like what was it? I think it was like the N7 weapon pack or something.
Yeah, because you don't get it when you do the Mass Effect or the multiplayer weapon pack. You actually have to buy. It was the specific weapon pack for the game because it doesn't get unlocked in multiplayer. So, which is weird.
Yeah.
Which is stupid.
Yeah. My pornea is beyond your comprehension.
Yeah, sure.
No, that's good. No, because that's pornier is a thing from the Jehovah's Witness. So when I said that the conversion stuff was like Jehovah's Witness, that's actually...
No, I got it.
Alpha oppression.
Good heavens, would you look at the time? It's always alpha oppression. That's the best time. They're no good in Dragon Age. They're useless.
Better facial animations too. What the heck am I?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's from Men in Black.
Oh right, yes.
You know, considering that's what 1998. It's not bad, is it?
Yeah.
It's a good movie. The second one kind of falls a little bit. The third one's pretty good.
Best is that next one.
It smells like bitch.
It smells like bitch. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Monkey.
Okay.
That's from the Super Mario Brothers movie. I remember
Well,
that.
I think someone did a cross section of a Teletubby in his face because his facial features are childlike. They're not adult. They're not adolescent. They're literally childlike.
Yeah.
The proportions of his eyes and whatever. So that's why we see him as a child.
Also the fact he's like less than 2 foot tall. He is a child.
Damn.
Gorgeous Rex.
Just by every definition.
You get nothing, you lose. Good day, sir. Who is he talking to?
I don't know, but whoever it is, he gets nothing.
He gets
Last one, Berserker.
Oh.
The Dawn will stop that. Stop singing. Stop it. Stop that.
Stop it!
Stop it.
Stop singing!
Having this, without having any singing here. What? No, Smudcast, no, not the next one.
Entry.
Eric, no, delete. Good boy.
Oh.
There's nothing left. That's the last one.
Yeah. No, that's really good. That Bears one. That's really good.
Yeah.
That's a good Monty Python reference.
Yeah.
The dawn. No, stop that.
What the hell is... He keeps deleting it.
Just leave it there.
Just leave it there. Don't worry. Listen, at the end of the day, I hate you equally as much
There
anyway,
you
if you
go.
put it up or not. So.
Alrighty. Well, guys, I have to say, in general, Inquisition, as bad as it is probably a better game on bugs alone
Yeah.
than
Mm-hmm.
Mass Effect Andromeda. I have not played Andromeda. I've went through it with YouTubers and friends and all kinds of people online, and don't care. Don't want to touch it. Don't want to be reminded of it, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yes. They're all just bad games, but oh well.
Yeah.
anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry we couldn't get to those other videos that were also very long and boring, but no one wants to do them. So
People,
yeah.
no offense, but we enjoyed the suggestions. It's just the fact that those two videos that won the poll were just terrible, and whoever suggested them should feel bad about suggesting those videos.
It's not that
because they were bad.
It's not that I can't do them. It's just that I can't find anyone else that will do them with me and will stay that long and be interested and care, because Lindsay Ellis is just boring.
Lindsay Ellis is boring and an idiot, and the other guy is an idiot and boring.
And
So
all she's doing is talking about her feelings, which have changed about a Disney film she saw, as she says, millions of times. So if these are the people that are doing well on YouTube, and no one, like, she can just keep making it a more next year she'll make another video on the Little Mermaid and just my feelings
gotta change my mind.
on the Little Mermaid are different now. I was like, oh god.
So that's a flip flop on the level of Fauci. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, the guy. Yeah, whatever.
Anyway,
I stopped listening to
let's
Lindsay Ellis.
call it a night. Thank you guys for tuning in. Do appreciate all your comments, all your super chats, all the chat, all your suggestions. Keep them coming, even though we might not get to them because they're not good suggestions. But you never know. You might you might get some of us on. And hey, if you want to come on Smudcast, bug me. I'm always available to say hello. Give me a shout. I'll be happy to talk to you. So not a problem.
Just bug Smud, because everyone comes to me asking, "Can I go on Smudcast?" I'm just gonna say no. So,
You're not the one in charge of it, are you?
All right.
well, no, but I'm just gonna say no. I'll talk to Smudge for you. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna delete that message. Never talk to that person.
It never happened.
No.
Sabotage.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a great night. Talk to you soon.